I'm Tim, and in my audience I have April, my future mother-in-law. Imagine pressing the power button on a machine you built with your own hands. Every light, every fan, every component working together because you made it happen. Building a custom PC allows for a more nuanced control over the PC, allowing you to choose performance, cost, and personalization. While it may seem complicated, the process has clear and manageable steps that most everyone can follow. I built my first custom PC when I was 10 years old. Building a custom PC involves carefully selecting compatible components, assembling the hardware correctly, and installing the system to ensure optimal performance. To begin the process, selecting the right components is essential. Gaming PCs require more powerful GPUs and fast CPUs. Workstations may prioritize RAM and multi-core CPUs. Budget builds focus on balancing cost-effective parts. There are 8 core components of a PC. There's the case, the CPU, the motherboard, RAM, your storage, the graphics card, heat management, and the power supply. The case will need to fit everything. Some people are constrained by space and will need to choose smaller components for their PC. The CPU, or the brains of the PC, the GPU, the graphics card, and the motherboard, the foundation of the PC, vary greatly on capability and price. The RAM, the short-term memory, and hard or flash storage, the long-term memory, will have differing speeds and capacities. The PC does generate heat that will need to be dissipated. While the easiest and most common method is to install a heatsink and fans, there are also various water cooling solutions. After choosing all other components, the power supply will need to be selected, needing to be of sufficient wattage to handle the entire computer. PCPartPicker.com has many guides and is a very helpful tool to help choose the components for your PC. You would also want to check manufacturer manuals for limitations to certain parts, such as the motherboard and RAM. Please keep in mind of all the accessories you may also want, such as the keyboard, the mouse, the monitor, and maybe a headset. Once all compatible components are selected, the next step is assembling the hardware. You may want to reference some videos on YouTube or other sites that cover the details that Professor Johnson would penalize me for going over, as that would take too much time. Sorry. I would recommend guides from Tom's Hardware and PC Gamer. As a start with a clean, static-free surface. And don't forget a screwdriver. Starting with the motherboard, most components will fit and pop in place like Lego pieces. Be sure that the pieces are oriented correctly. You will need to use some pressure, but be careful not to use excessive force. If it doesn't seem to fit, forcing it will cause major damage. After everything is in place inside the case, connect the power supply cables and route them cleanly. You don't want to obstruct the airflow that will be cooling down the PC. After assembling the hardware, the system must be configured and tested. First, power on the PC and enter BIOS to confirm that all the components are recognized. You can then install the operating system of your choice, whether it be Windows, Linux, or any other operating system. They're all easily downloadable from the internet. Be sure to also install drivers and updates. You could also run a performance test to know how your PC performs. With the system fully assembled and tested, it is time to reflect on the process. Building a custom PC requires thoughtful component selection, careful assembly, and thorough installation and testing. Choosing compatible parts ensures performance and reliability. Proper assembly protects components and promotes efficiency. Installing software and testing guarantees the system runs smoothly. In the end, building a custom PC is more than assembling parts. It is creating a personalized machine that reflects your needs, skills, and ambition.